Good morning. Let's turn this down a bit. Bit more. There we go. Probably have to turn it down again in a minute. Oh, how are we all this morning? Hopefully everything's working because I just had to reset all the things. We love Mercury retrogrades. Technology has gone mental with me this week. It's just how it is. It's how it is. Today I am doing some planning and then some journaling, but not junk journaling, just regular journaling. Hopefully. Yeah. That's what I'm up to. So, hi Min. We're a little bit late this morning because technological issues were had. Oh, my desk's an absolute mess. I've ordered some, what are they called? Let me show you what I mean, it'd be easier. I've ordered some of these, but bigger ones. Like 6 litre, I think. So they're not enormous, they're like 9 by 8. And about the same depth. But it means I can put some of this clutter that's on my desk into these and store them down there so that I don't have to have everything out on my desk. Because right now I have so many projects going on that I don't have enough one sides to put things on. Hey Tyler. So yeah, I'm hoping I can fit my sewing into one, my Christmas journaling into one. I mean, obviously my sketchbook, my big sketchbook and my big journal aren't going to fit. But like all the paper and ephemera and stuff, dump it in a box, put a lid on it, put it out of the way. So it's not all out on my desk all the time because it's driving me insane. Hi DC, couldn't get the dogs in. A, is it snowing? And B, are they huskies? YouTube Studio has just sent me a notification to let me know that I'm live. Yeah. That's the level we're at today. Do you want to see the kind of technological shenanigans I've been dealing with in picture form? Okay. This is from the other day, but this still applies to today. So, technological shenanigans. Just stupid things that normally work that don't. Like the fact that I logged in today and my holiday screen is gone. It no longer exists. It's not there. Stream elements, it poof. The whole thing is just poof. So I've gone and found some more, which is why I'm a bit late, because I was finding the Christmas stream elements. My music has just stopped for no reason. And now it's started again. This is the level of technological shenanigans. And in picture form, this is what it looks like. Yes, this came out of my printer. No, I have no idea what it was supposed to be. My printer just threw a hissy fit and went, well, you can have that then. I don't, this is my technological experience of Mercury retrograde this time, in a nutshell. Maria, morning. You love the see-through. Love the see-through. What see-through? What am I seeing through? I don't know. Way better when I can see inside from outside. And makes it brighter for when I'm rooting around in the container. Oh, the see-through containers. Oh, yeah. No, we can't have closed containers. I struggle with this, to be honest. I struggle with pencil cases. That The thing I have to do with these is empty them as soon as I'm not using them. Otherwise things go in there and they never come out again. Out of sight, out of mind is a real thing in this house. Portia! Finally up early enough to catch a live. Yay! What is it? 8 o'clock in the morning for you over there, is it? 8? No, 5 hours. That might be 8. I don't know. I can't work. Time zones. Maths. Ugh. I know New York is 5 hours difference. I just can't do the maths to work out how far back that is in time. 13 minus 8 is 5, right? So yeah, it's 8. 8 o'clock in the morning for you. Labradors, they're deaf. Yeah. Oh my god, do you watch on Instagram? There's a Labrador called Buster, and his favourite thing ever is to just jump in the pool. And everybody keeps saying, oh, you know, he's so badly behaved and you should train your dog and da-da-da. And she's like, these are my 2 other dogs. And they're sitting there like, good as gold. Butter wouldn't melt. They walk over to the pool. She says, no, come back. And they come back and they sit beside her. Buster's like, way! Jumping in the pool. I'm like, yes, live your best life, Buster. He just looks at her like, what are you going to do about it? At least the Merc Retro ended. Is it finished now? I thought it didn't finish till the 15th. I don't know. I just know it's been Struggle Bus. It's been Struggle Bus. Yeah, it doesn't finish till the 15th. It's still happening until Friday. Sunday. Just after 8 AM there. Ah, I was right. Morning, Chris. Morning, Meg. Ooh, Meg. Are you on lunch? You working and lurking, or are you on a day off? Anyway. Let's get doing some planning. Not too much to do today. Just a bit of catching up and things. As usual, because the worst thing I'm good at planning. I'm not so good at filling in my planner. I need to get... This is another reason why I bought those storage boxes, because at the moment I don't have room on my desk to have my planner out. And I need to have my planner out on my desk. Oh, that's booked. That's coming on. Ooh, we're still in last week. What on earth? Wednesday. No. Thursday. That's Thursday. It's got Thursday written on it in big letters, and I'm still putting it in the wrong place. Okay, so we're here, and I need to catch up this bit, so let's move that so we know where we're headed. Oops. Oh, I'm terrible at this. This is why I started doing it on YouTube as a live. Oh, get this! Get this! Favourite comment from last week. From, I presume, the same person, because it was exactly the same, written exactly the same multiple times from different accounts. It was either that or a bot. But I blocked one account and they all went away, so... but the comment was, an entire 2 hours for planning a day? Really? I'm like, tell me you didn't watch the stream without telling me you didn't watch the stream. Also, it's a live stream? Aren't live streams always like an hour, 2 hours? I mean, hell, most of the live streams I watch go on for like 6 hours. Admittedly, most of the ones I watch are court videos, but anyway. So, we did not get a lot done last week for what we were supposed to be doing, because I don't know. We just didn't. Migraines. There we go. That's the word I'm looking for. Lunch, then lurking. Yay! Okay. So, journal and planner on Thursday. That was Patreon. Okay. Oogie Boogie's Christmas sweater. Printables shop, Amazon. That's all still in progress. Oh, I did that one. Where's my... Need a load of scanning. Scan. I actually did that after the Twitch stream, but I'm just leaving it in there. It was like a 5-minute job at the end of the stream, but I did some scanning for this, so we'll record it in there and we'll just pretend that 5 minutes was part of that. We're all right with this bit. I don't need to do this bit. Right. Motivation Monday yesterday was it didn't happen. Because, well, it did happen. I was there, but I dipped out early because I had a really bad migraine. We had Storm Dara came through. That was fun. We had sideways snow at one point. We've got trees down and chimneys. Two of the chimneys that I can see from my window are completely like that. I didn't even know if they knew, because you can't really see if you're standing outside your own house, you can't really see your own chimney. But I can see very clearly from here. So I very kindly printed out a before and after picture of the two houses that have got chimneys wonky, and put it through the letterbox to let them know that, look, this is what your chimney looked like last week, and this is what it looks like now. Thought you'd want to know. Because they are at 45 degrees, another strong wind coming through, and they're going to fall off and go through the roofs. So I'd want somebody to let me know. So have a little gremlin. No, I've got fairies, and they're all drunk. They're all wandering around going, "Hey, watch this, hold my beer." Either that or I've got goblins. They're not gremlins, they're definitely goblins. But yeah, I didn't get much of this done. I did set up the streams. I've got a few more to do, but that was as much as I could manage. So I'm going to have to come back to that. I'll probably have to do that later, I think. Yeah, let's do that later. That's a nice quiet thing. Do you know what I'm into at the moment? Oh, tell me you're getting old without telling me you're getting old. I discovered that on one of the services that I have on my Roku, they have the entire 2,417 seasons of 9 billion episodes of Midsummer Murders. Did I start at episode 1, season 1, and go from there? No, of course I didn't. There's a pilot. I started with that. It's just the best television ever. If you're not familiar with the name of the show, Midsummer Murders, when people online talk about, you know, that tiny little village where somebody gets murdered like every week, nobody should live there anymore. It's that one. That's Midsummer. It's really funny. It's terrible police procedural 80s television, and I love it. I can't get enough of it. I'm watching all of it. I'm watching the whole thing from start to finish. You have your crafts nearby, so you're having a basket near you. Yeah. Well, I've got drawers. I've got, like, I had one of those, those stacking drawer units. So I've got all the drawers and they're just bigger than A4, so they're really rude for stuff like that. So I like to use them, but they don't stack. They kind of sit inside each other. Like if they were empty and you put them on top of each other, they'd be that tall. That's the problem. So I can't really stack them properly, which means anything that's above the level of the box, it just slides off. So I've got ones with lids and ones with handles. Because I'm done with it. I was going to get a drawer unit, but then I thought, but then I've got to move my chair to pull the drawers out. That was my original idea, was get either a cubey thing or a drawer unit, so I could literally just pull the boxes out or the drawers out and just, there we go. But that's not going to work because I'd have to move my chair all the time, and so I've got some more of those boxes coming tomorrow. How rude, block that person. Oh, blocked. I don't even engage. I don't feed the trolls. I have never fed the trolls. I think I've only ever had about, well, that's probably about the 3rd or 4th snarky comment I've ever had on my channel. Because I don't engage with the trolls, I just block them. If all you're going to do is come around here and criticise and leave negativity, then you're not welcome in my house. Off ski. You're never coming back. I have boundaries and I enforce them. I'm not dealing with that. We don't feed the trolls, we just go and block them. Love how you have before pics of your neighbour's chimney, like a nosy neighbour. I did explain that the reason I have pictures of the chimney is because I'm an artist and I actually drew the outline of the outline of the row of houses because it was an interesting skyline. I did actually put a note on there saying I'm not creeping. I actually had a picture because I drew the skyline. And because I noticed things like that, I can see that your chimney's broken. And I thought you might want to know. Personal headcanon. Midsummer is secretly a show about corrupt police going around murdering everyone. Tyler, that's it, isn't it? That's it, isn't it? Or it's the coroner. I think the coroner is trying to keep himself in a job. The town was too quiet. And he went, you know what? I'm going to start taking people out. Cadfile, yeah, he's the one poisoning everyone. I loved Cadfile. That was so funny. Hey, Cody. I like to hide them so they're just talking to themselves in the comments and don't get a response. That's even funnier. They don't realise that nobody can see them. You're not blocked, you're shadow banned. Which is just embarrassing. Actually, I like that. That's my level of petty, Meg. that is my level of petty. I might have to start doing that. After the drama. Oh, no, it's not drama. We don't have drama. Somebody left a comment on one of my videos multiple times from multiple accounts, so I don't know if it was a person or a bot, saying 2 hours to plan for a day. Really? I'm like, get out of here. I mean, look, we're 25 minutes in. We haven't even started planning yet. I've highlighted one thing. This is what happens when you have an audience that you chat to. Midsummer like Murder, She Wrote. It is a bit like Murder, She Wrote. It is a little bit like Murder, She Wrote. It's police procedural though, so it's like two cops. It's two backwoods policemen. Not backwoods, out in the middle of nowhere. Policemen. Small town country policing. It's like Broadchurch without the grit. But like somebody gets murdered every week. Multiple people sometimes. And it always starts with somebody who's new to the village. It's like, don't come and live in this village. They're keeping the numbers down, mate. Art saves the neighbourhood. No, I like that idea, Meg. Hide them and leave them talking to themselves so they don't realise that nobody can see their comments. Yes. That's petty enough for me. I like that. "5 minutes to plan for the day and 2 hours to get distracted by audience shenanigans." Well, exactly. I mean, this is my job. I'm allowed to get distracted by audience shenanigans. I didn't say I was a planner, I'm a live streamer. There's a difference, okay? Anyway, right, what are we on today? YouTubes. We're on YouTubes today. We're doing planning, and then journaling. Regular journal, not junk journal today. Father Brown! Yes! Father Brown! Like, wherever he went, somebody ended up dead. He was in league with the funeral director, I reckon. I reckon the funeral director was making money off the corpses, and he was doing little bag-handers to Father Brown. Yeah. But it's also got an element of English humour to it. Like, the DI is just so... He's just never surprised. Like, in the middle of Christmas dinner. You know, like, in most American procedurals, it's always a big deal. You're in the middle of Christmas dinner and the phone rings and the wife gets annoyed and the kids are like, "Oh, Dad." And then the in-laws are like, "Oh, can't even stay for Christmas dinner." No, this is just like, "Guess what, love?" And she goes, "You have to go to work. I'll put your dinner in the oven." They're just so blasé about it. He's like, "Yeah, great, save me some mince pies. See you later." His partner's like, "Got 3 bodies down by the lake, sir." And he's like, "Oh dear, that doesn't sound good, does it?" It's fabulous. If you haven't seen Midsummer Murders, go and find it online. It's probably... I think it was an ITV one. Yeah, I think it's on ITV now. So it was probably on BritBox at some point, because it wasn't on ITVX before. And most of the stuff that's on ITVX now, that's completely syndicated, is stuff that came from BritBox. So if you've got BritBox, it's probably on there. If you're in the UK, it's on ITVX. All of it. Every episode from the pilot right the way through to the current ones. It's all on there. Like... Just hand me a cup of tea and some biscuits, and this is where I'm going to be living for a long time. Oh, so funny. Oh, 12:07. So today we're doing Patreon. We're doing a tarot reading, which means, because I don't have one. Right, that's something I could do now. Actually, let's have a look. What are we up to? The 10th. Full moon in the end of Mercury retrograde. So the 10th, we're here. And the next major thing is that. So we could probably do that. So... Father Brown and Midsummer Murders. Hi, Melody. Oh, I always... Midsummer Murders was one of those programmes I remember from like the 80s that I never minded sitting watching it with my mum and dad. I mean, my mum and dad are detective shows all the way, same as me. If it's not crime, we're not interested. Poirot, Agatha Christie, Father Brown, Midsummer Murders, Silent Witness, all of it. From beginning to end, we watched all of it, and I never minded sitting down watching Midsummer Murders because it was hilarious. And my dad could always work out who it was. And I think I must have learnt from him because I always know who it is too. But it's just so nice, and I don't know, I'm one of those people that the minute of a show, especially American shows, but English shows now as well, the minute it says a gritty drama, I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to enjoy that. I don't know what it is about the word gritty, but the second I hear that, something described as that, I'm like, it's just going to be a lot of macho men running around, swearing, and double dealing, and corrupt cops. And I'm bored. I'm already bored and I haven't even watched an episode. And the last time somebody said, oh, but you should give it a try because it's really, really, really good. And I'm like, fine, I'll watch an episode. I got halfway through the first episode of The Shield, and I'm like, I knew it. This is exactly the kind of crap I don't want to watch. Sorry. But Midsummer Murders is just, it's gentle Agatha Christie type murder. Lots of posh people who live in the English countryside wandering around going, oh, detective, I wonder if you could pop by later. There does seem to be a body in the library. It's awfully inconvenient. Oh, Death in Paradise! I love Death in Paradise! Well, I haven't seen the newer seasons, but the first season I loved. That poor bloke who just got exiled. He was basically just like, okay, we can't handle you here, so we're gonna exile you to like a desert island, basically. And that one bloke who was like, he was all the departments. He was crime scene, he was the coroner, he was forensics, he was everything. He basically hardly ever went home. And he'd come back in first thing in the morning and go, have you actually been home? And he went, no, been doing forensics. Oh, hilarious. I love that kind of stuff. I absolutely love it. I'd rather watch that than a soap. It's just ridiculous. Oh, yeah. Oh, and Morse and Endeavour and Lewis. Oh, I can watch all of those. Yeah, I know most of those. The first season is the best season. He was so good. He was really, really good. I enjoyed all the seasons he was in, but when they changed the detective, it got a bit weirder. The lizard. No, he is friendly. Anyway. Yeah, they're all my comfort shows. And if I'm ever at a loss and I don't know what else to watch, Broadchurch. Not that I'm ever at a loss, but I do watch Broadchurch at least one season every week. Father Dowling! Father Dowling Investigates. And Psych. Psych was funny. Psych was really funny. Oh, and Monk, yeah. That was the guy who had OCD, wasn't it? He was a bit niche for me. It was a bit like, are we genuinely doing this, or are we just taking the mickey out of somebody who's got a mental health issues? It was a little bit, I don't know how to take this. If it had been British, I'd have been fine with it. Pie in the Sky, yes. And what's that? Jonathan Creek, is it? And Rosemary in Time. We've got so many really crap detective and police procedurals. Busybodies in an English village, basically. Oh. So funny. Right, tarot reading for today will be for the 15th. So if you're in class today, pay attention. Today's tarot reading, I'm shouting over the Christmas music again. Gonna need you to bring it down to about a 3. The 15th, full moon in Gemini and Mercury direct in Sag. That sounds like less frustrating energy than we have right now. Marvellous. So yeah, we'll unpack that. And we might do, actually Capricorn season starts on the 21st. So we might add Capricorn in there. And we already did the Chiron retrogrades, etc. at the end of the month. So this is just kind of lead up to Christmas type stuff. Can you believe it's nearly Christmas? Like, last Christmas feels like absolutely ages ago. Probably because January was the longest month ever. But, okay, so that's that done. Oh, let's catch up on these. What have I done here? So TXC is halfway through. You can still join my Christmas Chronicles class if you want to. There are 2 videos up already. 2 live streams up already, actually, and there's 2 more to come. So if you want to come and join us, you can still do that over on the Patreon shop. Winter Journal Challenge, Junk Journal for the 25th live stream. That's okay, that's all booked in. So I can half tick that off because it's all set up, it's on there, it's ready, everything's done. I've just got to, on the 21st, I have to remember to, because the 21st is my last work day. Yeah. Set stream for 25th to live. Public, really, but I know what I mean. Because I set them all up in advance, but they're hidden. They're unlisted. Otherwise it gets confusing. So that's my last work day. I might even do it on the Thursday before, because that's my last YouTube stream. But at some point I will set that up when I don't have any other streams that are going to conflict with it. Actually, yeah, I should probably do that. I'll do that after session on the 19th. Set 25th to live. And then if for some reason I forget to do it, I'll do it on Saturday. I don't think I will, but if it's in the planner, I won't forget to do it. Okay. Tomorrow, planning and journaling. Junk journal, yes. It might be 2 junk journal streams, I don't know yet. Or it might not be. We'll get to that later. We're getting towards the wind down at the end of the year, so I don't have quite as much stuff to catch up on. But I do need to do all this Motivation Monday stuff today, because it's the rest of the week. I've just done this morning. I think that's it for now. I don't really need to do an awful lot. This is why we do a 2-hour stream at the beginning of the week, because if we do 2 hours at the beginning of the week, or at the beginning of the month, we know what we're doing for the rest of the month. And it only takes us 5 minutes. Okay. Let's call that done, shall we? And move on. You had an awesome but very unwieldy idea, the 12 Days of Christmas spread. Oh, Cody does something similar to that, I believe. I think she sets it out as like a box for each day and a photo or something. You know, TV in your room, you used to watch all those shows at stupid o'clock. Oh yeah, absolutely. I don't actually need to be awake or in bed at like 9 o'clock. I don't need to go to sleep until like 3 and I'll still be up for school. So I'm going to sit and watch Midsummer Murders. Rosemary and Thyme. Jonathan Creek. And who was the guy who lived in a lighthouse? Was that Pie in the Sky? I know he was a cook. House. No, I don't like him. I'm very much more of the English variety. I don't know if that's a cultural thing, but House is an arrogant prick. I know the actor is English, and I love the actor in what he does over here. But House is just, he's so arrogant. I can't stand that. And that bloke, he just, everything about him feels slimy. He's like a body language reader or something, and he's, what's his name? Blonde. He's in it with that girl out of the craft. Robin Tunney? Is that her name? Anyway, him. The actor himself gives me the creeps. I don't like him at all. I wouldn't give him house room. But he's just so smarmy and arrogant and like, well, I'm so clever. Of course I knew this all along. I'm like, get over yourself, please. I'll lend you a ladder if you want. I can't stand people like that. It's just like, no. How about we don't do that? Anyway. See, now I've run out of room again. Let's move you over there, move you over there, move you over there, and you over there. I'll be glad when these boxes arrive and I've just got something self-contained. A tarot advent. Oh, yes. I like that idea. I thought about doing that myself. But we're like, it's the 10th of December, so I'm already 10 days behind, so maybe an advent is not the thing to do. Maybe we could get away with the 12 days leading up to Christmas, which is not the same as the 12 days of Christmas. Okay. I have done nothing in this because I was busy working on my fan fiction stuff over the weekend, and you know, priorities. This was the last thing I did. This guy, isn't he cute? He might go in my Christmas shop stuff, actually. I've got did I do this over here or did I do that? Oh god, my brain can't brain today. I think I might have done this on Twitch on Friday. This might have been Twitch on Friday, but I did these. And they're all sparkly, look. And glittery and pretty and... So I've scanned them and I was going to put them in the shop. I was like... I mean, this is all linked together, but these two I can do separately. I was going to do them as printables for you in the shop. But the minimum I can charge for a printable is $3. So I don't want to put them up singly. I might put them up as a little pack. And then put the large prints up singly. But I thought I could include this guy because he's really cute. And that didn't take very long. I didn't spend hardly any time on this one. But that was the 5th. So we haven't done much since then. Let me think. Well, this is my list, isn't it? I'm still backfilling. I'm terrible at keeping up with this, but I like to jump around. I don't necessarily feel I have to journal today. But I do need to organise my pages a little bit. Oh, my snow donkey. My snow donkey. I found my snow donkey. Snow donkey is going in the damn journal before I lose him again. Here's my snow donkey. Because it snowed. Okay, it snowed. My snow donkey is going in the journal. And this is a Christmas card. So, because my mum saves, she knows I love donkeys. So anytime there's a donkey or a reindeer on a Christmas card, like a cute one, she'll save it. This is a top tip if you have a thick print, like this is a Christmas card thickness. It's always double layered. So take some of it off. And then you save yourself the thickness in your journal. So let's get some sticky. And normally I glue this stuff in my journal. I do just get my Pritt stick out and start gluing it, but for this one, because it's card weight, I am going to I could do one of those big guillotines so that I could just chop this in half. But I'm not spending 80 quid on a guillotine just so I can chop a roll of tape in half. The actor who plays House is a British actor. Yeah, I know. Yeah, anybody who sounds like Andrew Garfield is probably a British actor. Most British actors can do an American accent, but they sound like somebody who moved to America and has picked up the accent. They don't sound, except David Tennant, who just sounds like his feral Scottish is trying to get out. Like, I'm rebelling against this. I don't know what this accent is, but we prefer Scottish. I don't understand why British actors going over to America have to pretend to have American accents. Why can't they just have British accents? I mean, I can understand, like, if you've got a strong regional accent, then use RP English like they do with Doctor Who. I can understand that. But why do they have to have American accents? Would it not be better to just have a British accent than have a terrible American accent? And on the same note, why are there American actors playing British people with really bad English accents? Don't tell me I'm going to English actors. And in one show I watched, there was an English actor playing a British person and a British actor playing an English person. And I'm like, you could have just swapped these two around and it would have been so much better. Hi, John. I'm struggling to get the tape off this because it doesn't stick as well to the fuzzy paper. But we'll get there. There we go. Snow donkey. Snow donkey. Now, for those who like to do things like titles and stuff, like this, and so on, and don't have the handwriting skills that I have. Here's a quick tip for how you can do it really easily, okay? First off, I always, or nearly always, mark off an area that my title is going to go in, which is the top and bottom lines. Sometimes I'll write a midline as well if I need it, but I may not need it. So, go to your phone. Ooh, I've broken the screen on my phone. Not my phone screen, the cover screen. It's all chipped. I must have... Oh, I wonder when that happened. I must have dropped it or something, or knocked it against something. I usually have it on a thing around my neck, so I might have leaned against something and it's caught. I'll have to take that off and replace it. Hang on, I've got a little bit of something on the edge here that's going to dig in my finger if I don't get rid of it. There we go. I'll deal with that later. What are we doing? So we're going to Dafont, DAFONT.com. Okay, and up here you'll see there's lots and lots of different types of font, so you can decide what type of font you want. So I'm looking for what, you know what, I'm going to put in the search bar. I'm just going to type snow in the search bar and see what comes up. And here we go. Here's, oh, there's a cool one. There's a cool one. Okay. Now, obviously, that only shows you 4 letters, right? Above it, if you put preview, you can type in there, I think it's up to 30... Well, no, it depends on the kerning of the... It's a certain width of characters, so it depends on the kerning of the characters. These are quite wide, so it'd probably only be about 15 letters. I can't remember the date that it snowed, but it was November. It was early November, so I'm going to go with something that's wide enough that I can fit. So I'm going to put November. I'm going to go with 13 because that's a thin letter and a thick letter, a number and a thick number. I've got enough room to change. No, November 13th, early snow. So you type it with uppercase and lowercase and everything else, exactly how you want it. Okay, so this doesn't have numbers, but we can make numbers up. So let's have a look at that one. Oh, my... Sometimes if you go this way, it'll show you more. It's not going to on this occasion, but that's okay. So I can see that November and the nth, and I think it was a single place anyway, so that's fine, and early and snow are all going to be about the same width. So I can take this and I can divide it in 3, roughly. There's a very strong midway where the snow comes down to, so I'm going to mark just above the midway. That's where the snow will come down to, and I can now estimate where my letters are going to go. So we've got November, and I just write these in as ordinary capitals. When did it snow? You know what? It'll be in my pictures. I'm not the only person who goes, oh, it's snowing, and runs outside to take a photo, am I? No, good. November 2nd was our first snow, which is good because that's much later. But it's not in order anyway, because this is the 22nd, 12th. It doesn't matter as long as you date things. I don't care what order things are in. So we'll just fit this in here. I'm just going to put those letters in small. Oh, I'm going to put the cross beams a bit lower than where the snow will come down to. And I've got plenty of room, so I'm not worried about going over the side of the thickness. We'll make snow nice and big, so we've got plenty of room. Okay. Put a new one on, dropped your phone 2 days later. Yeah, my screen protectors always crack in the same place, there and there. So I must, wherever I catch them or drop them, it must be always in the same way, because they always break in the same place. So now we're going to, I need a sharper pencil. Now I know where the lines are going to go. Actually, I might go straight in with pen. You can go in with pencil first if you want to. I'm going to go straight in with pen because... so I'm just drawing the lower part of the letters first. So anywhere that's below that line. And I'm not super copying the font. I'm not trying to do it exactly. I'm just kind of following along, you know. Got some interesting shaped letters, like the V is an interesting shape. Don't need that bit. I'll make the two up. We'll just assume it's going to be something like that. The A is very blocky. Got a different type of Y as well, so it's a good job I've got plenty of room. Oh, that's going to be snow. Whoops. Okay, and then I'm just going to delete the bits that I've already done. Actually, no. Let's do the top bit first. So I'm literally just copying what I'm seeing on the screen. I'm not even doing it particularly well. I'm not forcing myself to do it correctly, like every single stroke. I'm just doing, you know, this has got a kind of a thing like that. It's got a couple of these. It comes down here. It comes in again here. Okay, so we'll have to make this bit up. I'm going to do the N and the D. Just small blocky letters. And then what we'll do is just put a snow cap on them, like that. So this can be kind of that shape. Yeah, that'll do. That's not quite balanced, so we'll colour that in a bit. These bottom bits are going to be dark anyway. Okay, coming up here like this, and then this is actually like that, and then same on this one. This is a really easy way of doing lettering if you're not a calligrapher, or you're just not, you're not used to doing letters or whatever, and you just want something that's easy to do and looks fun. Made a bit of a mess of that one. Oh well. Okay, so now I can do the snow part. S's are tricky, but oh, should probably do the bottom bit first. Gives me a shape to follow to do the top bit. So this time for the N, instead of copying off the screen, I'm actually going to copy the one I've already done. So it looks more similar. And then the W is really big, so I think I'm going to do the W bits first. My pencil lines disappeared. So the W is kind of like the V. Like that. And that gives us this space for the O. Which again, I'm going to copy the one I've already done rather than getting too hung up on trying to do the font exactly. Just copy what you've already done and it'll look more natural. And then we've got the snow on the W. Like that. Okay. Hi, baby. Hi there. Hi, Miss Maddie. I haven't seen any of the Spider-Man movies. Not even vaguely interested in Spider-Man. But a humbug. Hi, Miss Maddie. So, that font is black, but my donkey has a red collar, so I think I'm going to put red. But I just heard the door go, and I think Maddie needs to go out because she just came in. So I'm going to be right back You might hear clunking around in the background because I can't turn my own sound off without getting rid of the music. However, we do, hopefully, have a screen banner that works today. So, there's that. So, I will be 2 minutes. If you need to get a drink or anything, you've got time to go and get a drink. I will be right back. Let me just see if I can find the right one. Ta-da! We're back. Ooh. I bought some more pens. There's a reason for this. So these are the Uniball eye fine liners. I really like the fine needle points for writing with. These. This is my favourite pen to write with. But it's not very sturdy for drawing. I like to have some variation of line, and you can't really get a variation of line. The same reason I like them for writing is the reason I don't like them for drawing. Also, for some reason, this set are not waterproof. When they should be, because it's distinctly said it's waterproof pigment ink. But these are not waterproof. However, these are, and these are coloured waterproof pens. Ha! Unicorn! 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 Oh, you know what? I'm not even gonna use a different page. I'm just gonna do it in here. Where should we do it? Oh, let's do it on here. Here we go. So it's got a black. I've got a black there and I've got a black there because I bought the blacks first. So I'm going to put the spare black in there. I don't need to have that with me as well. I will keep the baggie because it's handy to just chuck your pens in a baggie. Is this going to come off? Yeah. Mostly. Stop side questing. Deal with that later. Okay. So, I'm just going to do myself a little box over here. Now, they do take a little while to dry because they're pigment ink. Pigment ink always takes a little bit longer to dry, and on Home and Each paper they take forever to dry. So don't expect to be doing a 10-second I've written and now I'm smudging, because it's not going to work. It's smudged. Look. It's not quick drying ink, okay? And particularly on coated paper. Also, you'll find that some of these pens... Miss Maddie, seriously, you just came in. Hi, baby. You want a belly rub? Belly rubs for Maddie. Maddie is up to 260 something belly rubs, I think, over on Twitch. If you join my Twitch streams on Friday, you can put ! Maddie in the chat, and it gives her extra belly rubs. You might even be able to do it in the chat when you're rewatching a stream. So, I don't know. I'm not sure how it works with counters. Tyler's the expert on that. But try it. See if it works. Let's see if we can get Maddie to 500 belly rubs for Christmas. That's what she really wants. That's what she really wants for Christmas, is 500 belly rubs. There you go, love. Good girl. You gonna sit down here? The heating's on. Do you want to sit by Mummy? Okay, so, since we're lettering today, I usually use my quilting ruler because it's a lot easier to see what I'm doing. But as usual, no idea where my quilting ruler has disappeared to, because I can't find anything. Let's just... want a header box. So, these are... You can copy the font, look. What do I want to put? I want to put Uni Ball I Fine. Oh, that can come up a bit. The line's too low. Fine. And their code UB157. So they're basically like the Signos, but they're waterproof. And it specifically says on them, what's the waterproof logo on these? There it is. Oh, it just says waterproof pigment ink. Okay. It's the same pen, but it's got different nib. So it's not the same pen, but it is the same pen because it's the same ink. You know what I mean. And it says pigment ink. Ooh, didn't space that out very well. And it says waterproof. Hi, Miss Maddie. What are you crying for? What are you in there crying for? You don't even know? No, you don't even know why we're crying. Okay. All right then. So that's our title. So let's draw that in. Need all very chunky letters on this side. U, B, 1, 5, 7. Yes, I could be doing this in my sketchbook because I bought them for sketching. However, I will sketch in pen more in my journal, and my swatches I'm more likely to look for in my journal, so it makes sense to me to do it in my journal. Your mileage will vary. I'm not going to fill this in because the ink doesn't dry very fast, so I don't want to be going crazy with filling in colour that I'm going to have to write over the top of. Okay, so that's black. I can write a bit bigger on this one. Pigment ink. There we go, that's better. Now we get to do the colours! Woo! Can confirm works even when the channel is offline. Go to twitch.com/Romany. Put in !Maddie. MADDIE. Double D, Cody. Not T. I get it wrong too sometimes. And she's my dog. !MADDIE will give Maddie belly rubs over on twitch.com/Romany. Even when we're offline. She's trying to get to 500 for Christmas. Guys, don't let her down. Have you seen her little face? Do you, in all honesty, want to let this little face down? Do you? Look at her, sleeping with her eyes zombied. She was asleep. She was snoring. Zombie eyes. Do you want to let that little face down? Look at the belly. Look at it. I mean, come on. There she is with her pingu. Look, you wanna let that little face down? How very dare. Go and give her some belly rubs. I could print those out actually for my journal. Should probably do that in a bit. Okay, so we've got colours. We've got dark blue, light blue, red, and orange, light pink, and dark pink, and purple, and dark green and light green. I've also got another orange, which is in here already. I don't know if that's a duplicate orange or a different colour orange. Let's see. One of them might be neon. It looks very slightly different on the cap, but it might not be. So the pen itself is slightly different colour, but the ink looks exactly the same. So I'm going to put the new orange one in the pot with the black one. I've also got a bright pink somewhere, I think, but I don't know where it is, so I'm not gonna worry about that right now. Okay, so let's see. Let's do the blues. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ooh, that works nicely. Going to come off like an obsessed creeper on Twitch now. No, it's fine. Maddie wants her belly rubs. Okay, she's been trying to get to 500 belly rubs for Christmas. It would make her day. No, I didn't know it worked when we went on live stream either. But it's handy because it means people who can't necessarily come over to Twitch can leave a comment even when we're off stream. Okay, so this dries. I'm going to... Oh, more stuff I need to find homes for as soon as these boxes arrive. Oh, the boxes should arrive tomorrow. If they arrive early enough, we might be boxing things. We might be desk organising tomorrow. Who knows? Streaming is dynamic, as they say. So I'm going to use my acrylic pen to colour this in, purely because it will dry better. It'll be a better surface to write over with white ink, because these don't come in white, unfortunately. I wish they did. I should petition them and say, oi, we have a white waterproof pen, please. And thank you. Oh, that's the black one. Okay, so they're uniball eyes, so why don't we draw an eye? Huh? Let's draw a creepy eye. This is a pretty colour. I'm not normally a blue pen kind of person, especially for writing, but... Is this a grey eye? No. Do we care? No. Okay, and that is blue. Oh, they're so nice to write with. They're so smooth on the paper. Absolutely no catching or anything. It's great for testing when you write new chat commands as well. Oh, right, yeah. I suppose that's useful. Worth taking a break from working and lurking to give some Maddie love. Yes. Always. Always some Maddie love. And... Oh, I'll have to change the banner because it says in chat. I'll have to make sure it says on Twitch. But... Okay, so that's the dark blue. Let's do dark blue, light blue. I should have put purple first, shouldn't I? Never mind. Ooh, pretty colour. Pretty colour. Look at that blue. Ooh, that's nice. Am I even pretending I can draw eyes? No. But we're only swatching. Who cares? So this is light blue, I think. Yeah. I'm glad it's light blue and not turquoise, because I can't spell turquoise. Light blue I can manage. Miss Maddie, hi! More belly rubs. No, you want to go out, do you? You want to go out? Do you need to go out? Okay, 1 second. Sorry, guys. Miss Maddie needs to go out again. Back in a sec. We're back. I've left the door open for her. She'll just go out and bark at nothing. Okay, this one is purple. Violet. Also a pretty colour. Nice and dark. Why have I bought new pens, I hear you ask? Well, I've bought new pens because these are waterproof coloured pens. And the only waterproof coloured pens I've got is my Mujis. My Mujis are 0.38 and these are 1. So these are a bit better for doing looser sketches like this, whereas the Mujis are more for fine line sketches. Okay. Let's do a creepy eye this time, shall we? That's a nice creepy eye, there we go. This is ingeniously called red. Then we've got pink. I'm doing this like this for a reason. You'll see in a minute. Oh, it's not pink, it's wine red. Oh, it might be darker. Oh, interesting. Okay. Might actually be a darker red. I thought it was pink. Because it looks pink, right? We have to justify buying new pens. No, it's not about justifying buying new pens. It's about not being one of those creators who's like, I bought new pens, they're the best thing ever, you have to go and buy them. That annoys the crap out of me when people do that. I like these pens because they are very smooth to write with. The colours are pretty. Oh, it is pink. It's like a really, really dark fuchsia. So I can see why I've called it wine red, but also not. Also not. See? When you colour with it, it looks like dark. It looks like red wine, but when you're just drawing with it, it kind of looks more pink. I would call it carmine red. So it's definitely got that pink tinge to it. So I'm not as upset about the colour of the barrel as I was before when it said it was wine red, because I can definitely see the pinky colour in it. But the barrel itself is more rose, and this is more burgundy when it comes out. But it's nice colour. It's a really nice colour. It's nicer than the red, actually. The red looks really nice until you put it next to this colour, and then you're like, red, please. Yeah, it's not about justifying new pens. It's about explaining why I've bought them. And part of being a creator is getting to buy stuff and try it out so that you guys can judge from my reaction to the pens whether you want to try them out or not. Depending on how you write, whether you're one of these or one of these, I can't actually do it this way, which is why I chose the E, because the E is the easier of the 2 letters, of the 5 letters to do. I'm a sideways writer, I am. So I haven't drawn with my left hand in years. Should we give it a go? I was one of those kids who was made to write with the wrong hand at school. And I do always say wrong hand, not left hand, not right hand, because it's the wrong hand for me, it's not the right hand. It's the one on the right, but it's not the right hand. It's the wrong hand. Come on, you get me. Yeah, I'm not so good at colouring with this hand either. Could you be practising this? Crikey. I haven't practised this in a long time and it shows. Oof. But I still... Oh, the pen control's coming back now. It's getting better. Yeah, if you're a hook hander, that might not be ideal because they do take a little while to dry. Like, that's smudging still, which is slower than you would write. And I certainly wouldn't recommend them for a Hobonichi because they really do take a long time to dry. But if you use a Hobonichi, you're used to inks that take a while to dry. You tried them in black, they smudged, you thought they were waterproof, but they weren't. Now, this is interesting, Melody, because I found this with the other ones, which are the same ink, and as you can see, it distinctly says pigment ink waterproof on the box. Well, if you use it on this paper, it is waterproof. This paper is not meant for wet media, but it does take ink. It's not meant for watercolour, but it does take ink. However, the Art Creations sketchbooks are not made for wet media at all. And they have a coating on them. And if you use any of those pens in that book, and then you try and watercolour over it, it will smudge. And it doesn't matter how long you leave it to dry. It will smudge. So sometimes it's the pen, and sometimes it's the paper. On watercolour paper, these pens are perfect. There's nothing wrong with these pens at all on watercolour paper. With other paper that's not meant for watercolour or wet media, if it takes ink, it may work. If it's not meant for ink, then it probably won't. If it's meant for dry media, it probably won't stay waterproof. So not all waterproof pens are waterproof depending on the paper that you're using them on. Pigment ink especially, because pigment ink, the whole point of it is that the pigment floats to the bottom, so it embeds in the paper. But the gel ink on top takes longer to dry, which is why they smudge. I absolutely love my Bic crystals. You can have my Bics when you pry them from my cold dead hands, and good luck doing that. I am addicted to my 4 colour with a pencil. It's 3 colours with a pencil. I love my 4 colours in all the different variations. And my favourite writing pen is this one, the Bic Flexi, because it's so soft. Round stick it's called. It's so soft and it kind of bends with your hand, so it's not too stiff. And the ultra fines. Mwah! Perfect. They've got the Bic Crystal 1.6 nib, so the proper round nib like that, not the pointed nib that the yellow ones have, you know, the fine point. The ultra fine has the round nib, so you get a consistent line, but it's not too thin. Yeah, you have to test it on different paper. This paper is not meant for watercolour, but it does take wet ink. So this works fine. But this is a sketchbook, it's not writing paper. On writing paper, they're generally okay. But for writing pens, these are not sketch pens, these are writing pens. And the test for waterproofness on a writing pen is not go in there with a water brush. The test for waterproof on a writing pen is can you go over it with a highlighter. So slightly different standards, but they are Japanese pens, and Japanese generally, if it says it's waterproof, it's waterproof. So I'm a little surprised that it doesn't work on all types of paper. That said, these do work on my Art Creations notebook, and those other ones don't. Which is why I was going to send a note and say, I'm not sure about these. Because just because you bought it off Amazon doesn't mean it's actually genuine. Yeah, you can get fakes on Amazon. Everybody talks about Temu and everything and AliExpress. Oh, you get fakes on there. Well, guess what? You get fakes on Amazon too. I've been sent stuff that's had stuff misspelled on the packaging, and I'm like, that is not a genuine product. Because that's not a genuine, the actual marketing thing. That's not the actual packaging. And sometimes you get the packaging, but you don't get the product. So, yeah, the highlighter test is the actual test for a writing pen. However, most highlighters are water-based highlighters. So the theory is that you should still be able to go over it with a moderately damp or moderately wet brush. You may not be able to go straight in with a whole swash of watercolour. That might be different. But once you've given it time to dry, you should be able to just go with a wet brush and it should be okay. That's my test for waterproof. Okay, now the reason I did it in this order is because these, I've got orange, pink and green, but these are neon colours. And I wanted the neon colours to be all in one set. So this one I've already used. This is just a lovely, lovely orange. I really like it. It's very pigmented. The red is not as pigmented. It's a bit wishy-washy compared to the other colours, I think. It's not a bright red. It's kind of a red. Then we've got a bright pink. Which, again, I've got another one of these somewhere, but I can't find it. So this is the colour I was expecting this one to be. But it does have that neon edge to it, so. And this is called Pink. Yeah, people constantly dumping on Temu and Shein, but the same stuff is on Amazon for twice as much. Yeah, but they'll buy it off Amazon, but they won't buy it off Temu. I'm like, if I can buy a pack of 3 leggings on Temu for like £10 instead of $25.99, and all I've got to do is wait an extra 5 days for them, then I'm good. I've never been in that much of a rush to get a pair of leggings that I can't wait a few days for them. And Temu's delivery is really spot on. I've not had any trouble with them at all because they come through every. So as soon as it leaves China, or wherever it leaves, Hong Kong I think it ships from, as soon as it leaves there, it's already got a tracking code and you know when it's going to arrive and everything. As long as it doesn't get held up in customs, that's the only thing that can go wrong. try not to buy from Amazon, but I like the next day delivery. So, but most of the stuff I buy, ooh, this is a pretty green. Now this looks neon, but it's olive green, I would call it. Oh, this is pretty. I'm going to be using this one. This is, oh my god, it's Linda Blair green. Bun! Found you a new pen in Linda Blair green. Oh, I'll have to pick up another one of these and send it to Bun. She'll love that. Look at that colour. So there's the colours. Sorry, it's not focusing, but I can't set my camera to autofocus because it starts doing crazy things when you're drawing. But yeah, that's the colours. They're pretty, aren't they? Great for drawing with and doing lettering and stuff like that. So now I'm curious if that orange actually is neon, because that one is neon. So I'm wondering if this one is the same. Oh yeah, it's exactly the same colour. So the new one can go back in the drawer. Okay, perfect. So, oh, I didn't do little swatchies with all of them, did I? Now I'm going to have to wait for that to dry. I like the fact that you can see the colours on the end of the nib. You put them in a pot. The amount of times colours are on the wrong end of the lid, but you put them in there, you can see the colours. And if you put them that way round in a pot, you can see the colours there, because you can see the colour of the ink. You can see how much ink is left. Ah, fantastic. Oh, it's also waterproof and fade proof, this one. So that'll be interesting experiment to do at some point. That's the light blue. I don't want that one. The dark blue. That'd be an interesting experiment, is to see if it actually is fade proof at some point. This is the red. Yep. Yeah, that red's not as punchy as the other reds, as the other colours. Unless it just... Did it just need a bit of a shake up? No, that's drying less punchy now. It dries less punchy. It looks punchy when it goes on. It's not. It's not. So the red is the only one I'm a little bit disappointed with. It's not a great colour, but these other colours are beautiful. I like it. Yeah, that's the same colour. Marvellous. So what I'm going to do with these is I'm going to take my Mojis out of here, except my black, because it's almost dead and I'm trying to use it up. I'm going to take my other Mojis out of here. I'll put them back in my pot, because these are very, very fine. They're 0.38. They're better for writing. So I'll put those back in the pot, because I don't use them in my journal as much as I will use these, because I will use these for writing and drawing. Messy Palette, hello! Messy Palette, AU. Who dat? I feel like I should know who Messy Palette is. Just got 2 journals from Temu, so nice, with butterflies all over the cover. Yeah, you can get those Kinball planners as well, the ones that are a bit like Hobonichi's. It's not Hobonichi paper. But they're almost identical to Hobonichi, and they're like 15 quid. The Weeks ones, Mika bought one, and it came out as like €2.78 or something. It cost her, instead of the ridiculous amount you have to pay for a Hobonichi one. If you're a Tomo River paper person, then it's not as good. But if you just want it because of the layout, no difference. Okay, yep, I like these. So let's put those in. Oh, I'll just chuck them in for now. I can't be bothered with trying to clip them on right now. Okay, let's get the water pen. brush pen. There's a brush pen. Is the nib clean? No. Hope the nib be clean. Hello, do you know me? Are you new here? Okay, let's give them a test and make sure. Yep. Oh, orange is low. Ah, now, is that the orange or is that the other orange? That's not terribly waterproof. Oh, those swatches might not dry yet though. Okay, it's not 100% waterproof on this paper. But I have used these pens on watercolour paper and they were fine. Okay, that's not waterproof. The hell? Seriously? Not waterproof? Are you lying? You lied to me. Some of them are waterproof. Some of them are not waterproof. Secondary colours are not waterproof at all. Main colours are passable. They probably just need longer to dry. But that's to be expected on non-watercolour paper. But what the hell is with these secondary colours? That's not waterproof. No, not waterproof. You lie. You lie. Well, we're going to take a picture of that and we're going to include it with the picture that we're going to send to the other people about the other pens and go, what the heck is this? Because these are not waterproof. So let's try that purple. I'm going to try the purple with the ink test for highlighters. And that is nowhere near dry, so there's not even any point in trying it right now. I'm also going to try it, for fairness sake, on a post-it note. We'll see the difference, shall we? Because the black is perfectly fine. Well, it was perfectly fine the other day. Well, let's test the black. Let's test the black. Let's put it on here. And let's test it with highlighter as well, shall we? We'll need to give that time to dry. Very famous in your own lunchbox. It's not Zen has changed the name again, is it? While we're waiting for those to dry, let's go back to our donkey, because this is definitely dry now. Don't know what Maddie's barking at. Could be anything. Leaf fall in China. Who knows? Nothing. That's usually what she's barking at. Nothing. Okay, let's use... I was going to use the red, because red is Christmas, but I'm not going to use the red. I'm going to use the dark red, because the dark red is pretty and the light red is not pretty. But these thin pens are good for doing this kind of very thin writing, or very thin colouring. Oh, they're so smooth to write with though. I might forgive them not being completely waterproof if they're, because they're so smooth to write with. You're never going to get hand cramp using these, I tell you. Yeah, this is definitely wine red, not bright red. It's not Santa's jacket. This is the mulled wine that you put out for him with his cookie. Like, seriously, who puts milk and cookies out for Santa? Milk and cookies? You know who does milk and cookies? People who don't own cats. People who don't own cats. That's who leaves out milk and cookies for Santa. It was a joke. You're just scrolling in and popped in to say hi. Oh, okay. Okay. So I've seen the name about, though. Messy Palette. It just sounds familiar. You probably hang out with some people I know. And I've seen your name somewhere. That's probably what it is. But hello. Welcome to the stream. It's chaos. Maddie's still whining because she wants to go out, even though the door is open. How do you tell your dog's going senile? They want to go out and they're telling you that they need to go out, but the door is already open. Maddie, the door is open, my love. Go out if you want to. Go on. You can go out. It's fine. You can go out. It's totally fine. Go out and do whatever you want to do in the garden. Go bark at nothing. It's completely fine. Okay? Good girl. I think if I hadn't been made to write with my right hand, I would be a hook left-hander. Because I appear to be I never really noticed before, but I appear to be a hook right-hander. I mean, I can see what I'm doing. Why would I don't know. Might have seen one of your lives. Probably not live. I might have watched a replay. The only lives I watch are Court TV. Good grief. Maddie's now barking at the workmen outside from the front room. Love everything about pens, yes. I'm a pen nerd too. Given the choice of, you know, buying normal girl stuff, like makeup and new clothes and bags and stuff like that, I have always been, let me loose in a paper shop, in a stationery shop, or in the newsagents where they've got like the smallest array of stationery that I can still play with. Let me loose in a paper in a stationery shop. I used to walk past it on my way home every night after school. This tiny little paper shop. I keep calling it a paper shop. It's not a paper shop. It's a stationery shop. And it was one of those cutesy type ones that sold Winnie the Pooh wrapping paper and you know, cute pen tins and all that kind of stuff. My God, I was late home from school every single night the day that shop opened. Because I just used to go in there and they used to have, they used to do, what do they call, lottery stickers? Not like, you know, like on the lottery, when you buy a lottery ticket, it's on those rolls and they tear off. Well, they used to do lottery stickers, and it was just kind of a little square like this of like 4 or 12 stickers. And it'd be like tiny little hearts or 4 cats or something like that. And you could mix and match, and you could get 10 for like a couple of £. It's going back a bit. Tell me you're from the 80s. You'd just go in and say, can I have 10 of these? And they'd just say, well, do you want to pick them or do you want random? And be like, random. Anything random. Just whatever. Because it was always more exciting to get home with a little paper bag full of 10 sticker sheets and just open them and see what you got. It was way more exciting than choosing your own. And choosing your own was really hard. I mean, come on. Okay, right. This light blue, is that the light blue or the dark blue? Oh, it's the dark blue. Okay. The light blue is really good for doing snow. So, just going to add a little bit of... Not too much, but just kind of around the outlines. You see how that makes it look like snow? Looks much more like snow than just leaving it black. Lavender will also work well because if you're doing shadow. And if you're interested in a whole thing about how to paint snow or colour snow, my Twitch stream where I did my... Actually, it's streams, I think it was 2 of them, where I did my Nightmare Before Christmas painted page in my colouring journal, colouring book, junk journal. That... Oh, I've missed a bit. That shows you how to do the blue for the light bits and the purple for the dark bits. So you get light and shade. But I'm not worried about that. I just want it to look like snow. It's like the cartoon version of snow. I missed a bit with the red. It's going to take me a little while to get used to the colours. Which colour is which. There we go. Let's give him a little bit of page interest. I'm so terrible at doing random dots. My brain wants to line these dots up. And I'm like, no! Random! What don't you understand about random? Straight lines! Straight lines! Night, messy palette! Have fun. Have fun. Well, I mean, going to sleep is fun. I think it's fun anyway. Okay. Right, let's do the highlighter tests, shall we? So, the black pen, every pen I've tested the black pen on has been completely waterproof. Every paper I've tested the black pen on so far has been totally waterproof. It's reasonable. I mean, it's got a little bit of colour coming off, but that's nothing unusual. Certainly not smudging like the other colours. I mean, I would venture to say that once that's dry, it won't look as bad. It does have a little bit of a greeny tinge. But if you cut watercolouring, it doesn't matter. So, let's do... use green. I don't use green as often. I don't want to completely kill my pen. Now if you go over it once, it's fine. If you go over it twice, it's smudged. Smudged, the highlighter. So I'm not even going to try the purple because I don't want to ruin my highlighter. What do I have here? I have a chalk pen that I don't care about ruining. Let's use the chalk pen because it's water-based chalk. It's wipe on, wipe off. Moo! Yep, that would have ruined my highlighter. I'm very annoyed about that. Not overly annoyed. I mean, I'm still going to use these pens. They're so nice to write with. I love them. The fact that they're not waterproof is irritating, but at least the main colours are waterproof. The red, the blue, the green and the black. I mean, yeah, they smudged a little bit, but it's not terrible. It's as waterproof as you get from most pens, if I'm honest. It really doesn't matter. And you wouldn't put water over it unless you were going to watercolour. So you wouldn't see the colour. I'm not bothered about that. But this is not waterproof. This is not waterproof in any way, shape or form. Especially that purple. I mean, that purple... You remember when I did this with my washable ink pen the other day? Well, let's do it again, shall we? With a waterproof purple pen. I mean, I don't mind because I like this effect. And I can use this effect, but if I was looking for a genuinely waterproof pen, I'd be pissed. Honestly, I would. How is that in any way, shape or form waterproof? It's not. So I'm going to test that on watercolour paper later and see what's happening there. Because if it doesn't work on watercolour paper, then it's not waterproof ink. And they are mis-selling it as waterproof ink. It was a strongly worded review. Used to use your penny money on stickers. Yeah, the vendor at the flea market knew you, so you'd go every week. Yeah. You know they know you when as soon as they see you, they go, I've got some new stickers in. Do you want to see? Like, yes, I do. You are my dealer. Yeah, Uniball. Not impressed, love. Not impressed. Main colours. Black, red, blue, green, and even the light blue to a certain extent I will give you. But these, and this, that is not waterproof. That's not even close. Oh, it's beautiful shading effect, which is why I'm not upset. As upset as I would be if I'd bought these as waterproof writing pens. Because that's not waterproof. Water resistant, I could get behind because obviously the dark bits are still as vibrant as they were before, which is what water resistant is. If you wrote this sheet and you put it in a tub of water, if the ink disappears, it's water washable. If the ink lifts, but you can still see it on the paper and it's still legible, then it's water resistant. If it doesn't budge in any way, shape or form, it is waterproof, which means they are mis-selling water resistant pens as waterproof pens. And it's annoying because pigment ink is usually completely waterproof. But these aren't even waterproof for the highlighter if you go over them twice. I'm going to complain, because that's... it's not very often I complain about something. Not very often at all. But that is mis-selling something. That is literally mis-selling a pen. Let's look at it on... Let's look at the purple on a post-it note, right? Writing paper. Not even sketch paper. Writing paper. I am not going to use... Actually, I'm not. I'm just going to use a water brush. Because... Okay, so... We're clean. And we're not waterproof. It's not waterproof. That's water resistant. You can very clearly still see what's written, but the colour has run. That's water resistant, not waterproof. I'm a pen nerd and an ink nerd, even though I'm not particularly... I mean, most ink nerds are fountain pen users. I'm not particularly a fountain pen user. I like my fountain pen, but, you know, I'm not a fountain pen snob. This is an Amazon Basics. Look, it's even got the thing on the... I don't think you can see it because it's shiny, but it says Amazon Basics on here. It's a bog standard medium nib, small cartridge, regular fountain pen. I am not a fountain pen snob at all. You know why? Because I lose fountain pens. Like, constantly. I don't know why. I don't know what it is, but I might as well just buy a $4.99 fountain pen and use it until I lose it. Because if I bought one for 200 quid and I lost it, I would be so mad! And this one, even though it's got platinum carbon ink in it, still works perfectly every time I use it. I'm good with that. So, Uniball, you've let me down. I'm not impressed. And it's time to stop. So, we'll stop there. Patreon this afternoon at 5. Pen and Paper Pups and upwards, which is the $10 tier. We're doing some tarot this afternoon, so bring your cards. Bring your cards! We're going to do a... Ooh, that was screechy. Don't do that. Yeah, we're going to do some tarot stuff. That'll be fun. Not sure what we're going to do yet, but we'll do some tarot stuff. And since those are not waterproof, I'm going to put my Muji pens back. Because sometimes I do want waterproof writing. In fact, I prefer my writing to be waterproof. Because then no matter what happens to your journals, still read them. Well, unless... I mean, nothing's... Journals by definition are not fireproof. But waterproof! I mean, even if you have a flood, you still rinse them off and dry them out. Helps as a redhead to stick out. Yes. I mean, same, yeah. Yeah. All the... It was never an option. I mean, especially in the 80s. It was double dog dare. You're going to go in and you're going to steal some penny sweets and not get caught. I'm like, you think? Really? Really? I'm going to be the only one that gets caught because they will remember me. They won't have to run after me. They'll just call my mum and I'll be in trouble by the time I get home. If not before. She'll probably meet me walking up the road. No, smack. How dare you? Let's not. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to stop there for now. I was going to put, though... So, in December... So I might put it on here. Because this... I think this is funny, and it's sticker paper. So, I mean... I think making a little meme out of this to put in my book. I mean, it's quite fun paper. I could probably use it as background. Who cares? Background for a photo or something. But I just think like doing that and then putting, so how's Mercury retrograde going? Would be quite fun. And we can do Mercury retrograde in Sag, December 1st to December 15th. And I'll probably use, I've got a really thick chunky white pen that I can use for that. I'm not going to do it right now because I'd have to go and find my really thick chunky white pen. I can't be asked. But yeah, on there at some point I will put, how's Mercury retrograde going? Or this is how Mercury retrograde's going. One of the two. We have fun in our journals. Oh, the 1st to the 3rd was the title page. Done. Let's highlight that in pink, shall we? Because it'll go with the rest of the page. Winter wish list, 4th to the 6th, and holiday hues. Holiday hues? Holiday hues? Does this count as holiday hues? I think it counts as holiday hues. I'm going to call that done. I'm calling it done. Holiday hues. We did some swatch tests in our journal. Soundtrack of the season. Oh, music playlists. Seriously? I'm more likely to do a thing on Midsummer Murder. Currently listening to. Oh, let's do it. Come on. We got 5 seconds. Currently listening to. I'll go over that and like what I normally do is write it like that and then I come back and I do like just little zhuzhy bits like this to make it more of a title. This song does my head in because it starts off as Here Comes Santa Claus and it turns into Baby It's Cold Outside and I can't find where it turns. Can you hear it? Da, 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 da. Baby it's cold outside. I'm getting carried away now. I need to stop. Are we overrunning today? Apparently we got side quested by pens. See? And now you've got a title instead of just a scribbly thing. You've got a title. Currently listening to, let's draw a TV. An old-fashioned TV, obviously, because, I mean, it's from the 80s, right? Gotta have the dealy boppers on top, right? I mean, if you weren't the remote for the dealy boppers, did you even have a television in your house? Television. like that. And we're going to just write Midsummer Murders, because I can't be bothered. It's a list. We write lists. Midsummer Murders. There we go. Currently listening to... Oh, we could do a book. Let's do a book. And it's an audiobook. Audiobook. The Bone Yard by Sarah Mueller, who happens to be one of my patrons. It's a very good book if you like dark fantasy that's not Sarah J. Maas. Go and give it a try. It's not world driven, it's character driven, which is a really interesting combination. I don't have a music playlist right now. I do have a YouTube playlist because I've got several trials I've been watching, but almost all of them are finished now. The Sarah Boone trial's finished. The Daniel Petty trials, Daniel Perry, I don't know, the chap in New York, the Marine in New York. His trial's finished. The Young Thug trial's finished. Diddy is still Diddy do it. I think he probably did do it. Yeah, I gotta check which trials are ongoing at the moment that I need to. There's the Karen Reid one, obviously. That's still arsing about. But I'll do a YouTube play button here. And maybe I'll add to this list as I go through December for what I'm listening to currently. Because I've got plenty of room to do 2 columns. Yeah, I might do that. There we go. Listening to. What are we listening to? Soundtrack of the season. That's the soundtrack of the season. Winter wish list. I don't really have a winter wish list. I might do my Christmas shopping list and call it a day. The scent of celebration, chill in the air, winter warmth, festive flavours, touch of magic. That's my prompt. There's 3 of us doing each prompt. That's my prompt, and I'm going to do that in my junk journal on Christmas Day at 6 p.m. So if you're celebrating Christmas on your own, or you'll be back from your festivities by then and want something chill to do and catch up in your journal, then, you know, or if you're not and you're just with the family and you need a break, come and join me Christmas Day, 6 o'clock. Take some time out. Do your journaling. Right. Let's call it a day. We've overrun by 20 minutes. I need to go and get some lunch. Thanks for joining me. I will see you all again. What day is it? Tuesday. I'll see you all again tomorrow. Bye. I gotta find the right end screen. Where's my end screen? There we go. I've got an end screen. Look. It's not just black. I've got an end screen.